Good morning, ma'am, and good morning, my dear friends. Our today's topic is pharmacotherapeutic in obstetrics. So, what do you mean by the pharmacotherapeutics? Pharmacotherapeutics, they are the drugs that were used in the treatment of the some of the disease condition. Or obstetrics means it is a branch of science that will deal with the pregnancy, labor, as well as the puerperium. So, combinedly, it means the drugs that were used in the treatment of pregnancy, labor, and the puerperium. So, clear all of you? Next thing is oxytocin in the obstetrics. So, what do you mean by the oxytocin? Oxytocin क्या होगा? They are the drugs that were used during the time of labor and during the time of delivery. In that, totally three things are coming. First is the oxytocin, then ergot derivatives, and third one is the prostaglandins. Next thing is, first we are going to read about the oxytocin. So oxytocin, what is the oxytocin? It is synthesized in the supraoptic and the paraventricular nuclei of the hypothalamus. So what it means? It is the location of the oxytocin where it is produced. So where it is produced? It is produced in the hypothalamus. Next thing is, the half-life of the oxytocin is 3 to 4 minutes and the duration of action of oxytocin is 20 minutes. It means the time taken by the oxytocin to take into action is the 20 minutes. Next thing is the mode of action of oxytocin. So what is the mode of action of oxytocin? So oxytocin, it will act by the receptor and the voltage mediated calcium channels. So voltage mediated calcium channels, what is the function of the calcium channels? Yes. What is the function of calcium channels? Usually the calcium channels, they will help in the contraction of the muscles. When the calcium channels will open, they will help in the contraction of the muscles. So oxytocin, it will act on the myometrium, and after acting on the myometrium of the uterus, it will stimulate the uterine contractions. So that is the main action of the oxytocin. Clear all of you? Next thing is preparations used. So in the oxytocin, 4 preparations are using. First is the synthetic oxytocin, second is the symptometrin, third one is the desaminoxytocin, and fourth one is the oxytocin nasal solution. Next we are coming to the effectiveness of oxytocin. So effectiveness, when the oxytocin will be more effective, so it is more effective in the later months of pregnancy or during the labor. It means if we are giving the oxytocin during the first 3 months or during the first 6 months of pregnancy, so it won't work as it will work during the 9 month or during the time of delivery. So that is the main function of the oxytocin. Next thing is the indications of oxytocin. So what may be the indications of oxytocin? First is the therapeutic indications. So therapeutic indications में first one is the pregnancy. So in the pregnancy we are using in the early pregnancy or we are classifying in the late pregnancy. So first in the early pregnancy, to accelerate the abortion. So just to accelerate the abortion we are using the oxytocin. Then second thing is to stop the bleeding following the evacuation of the uterus. Suppose if we are having the abortion, so after that we have to do the evacuation of the uterus. So after that we are having the huge amount of bleeding. So to control that bleeding we can use the oxytocin. Next thing is used as an adjuvant of the abortion along with the other abortifacient agents. So it means we are using in the abortion with the help of the other abortifacient agents, like we are using the prostaglandins to stimulate the abortion process. Next thing is in the late pregnancy. Late pregnancy means after the 8th month or during the 9th month of the pregnancy. So first is to induce the labor. So if we have to induce the labor, so we can use the oxytocin. Second thing is to facilitate the cervical ripening of the effective induction. So if we have to stimulate the cervical ripening, so that we can stimulate the labor process, so we can go for the oxytocin use. Third one is the augmentation of labor. So here two terms are coming. First is induction of labor and second is the augmentation of labor. So what is the difference between these two terms? First is the induction of labor. So in the induction of labor means कि we are starting the labor process, and the augmentation of labor means we are enhancing the labor process. It means labor process has started, but we have to enhance that labor process. That is the meaning of augmentation of labor. Next thing is the uterine inertia. So what is the meaning of uterine inertia here? If our uterus will become relaxed, so to stimulate our uterus we will use our oxytocin drug. Next thing is in the labor we are using in the active management of third stage of labor, and second is the following the expulsion of placenta. So following expulsion of placenta, why we are using oxytocin? To stop the bleeding. Next thing is purpurium. So in the purpurium, oxytocin we are using to minimize the blood loss and to control the PPH. PPH is here is, that is postpartum hemorrhage. Next indication is diagnostic indications. So diagnostic indications we are using in the contraction stress test, and second one is the oxytocin stimulation test. So these two tests we can use to diagnose whether oxytocin is effective in the labor or not. I think you all are knowing about the contraction stress test and the oxytocin stimulation test. Next is the adverse effects. Adverse effects of oxytocin, first on the maternal and second on the fetal. So first on the maternal, adverse effects are the uterine hyperstimulation. If we are giving the oxytocin, if we are giving the large doses of the oxytocin, so it can cause the uterine hyperstimulation, and further because of the uterine hyperstimulation, second complication can be, there can be the uterine rupture also, and third thing is there can be the water intoxication, because uterus has the effect on the ADH hormone, that is the antidiuretic hormone. So antidiuretic hormone, what is the function of that hormone? To retain the water inside our body. So ADH level will increase and that will cause the water intoxication in our body. Next thing is it can cause the hypotension also, and the same thing is, that is antidiuresis. Next, fetal side effects. In the fetal, it can cause the fetal distress, fetal hypoxia, and further it can lead to the fetal death. So to avoid the fetal distress, fetal hypoxia and the fetal death, we are going for the contraction stress test and the oxytocin stimulation test, so that we cannot go for the further these complications, or we can avoid these complications. Clear all of you? Next thing is the nursing responsibilities when we are giving the oxytocin drug. First we have to assess the intake output ratio, then uterine contractions and the fetal heart rate, and third thing is BP, pulse and the respiration. Second thing is we have to administer by IV infusion, monitor the drop rate. So whenever we are giving the oxytocin, we have to monitor the drop rate of oxytocin, because if we are giving the higher doses of oxytocin, that will lead to the hyperstimulation of uterus, and further it can cause the uterine rupture also. So to avoid these complications, we have to monitor the drop rate. Third thing is make the crash cart available. Crash cart means that is the emergency trolley. Third thing is evaluate. We have to evaluate the length and the duration of contractions. Means we have to continuously monitor the contractions. Next is notify the physician if the contraction lasting over 1 minute or absence of the contractions. If this condition will occur, we have to notify to the physician. Then teach. What we have to teach to patient? To report the increased blood loss, abdominal cramps or the increased temperature. If these symptoms are present, we have to inform to the patient, to inform all these things to the healthcare provider. So clear all of you oxytocin. Next thing is the ergot derivatives. So ergot derivatives mode of action is the ergometry acts the directly on the myometrium. It means what is the difference between oxytocin and the ergot derivatives? So oxytocin, it will act by the calcium channels, and the ergot derivatives, they will act directly on the myometrium without the help of the calcium channels. Next is the effectiveness. So ergot derivatives, they are highly effective in the hemostasis. What is the meaning of hemostasis? To control the bleeding. Then indications of ergot derivatives. So indications, two type of indications are there: therapeutic indications and the prophylactic indications. So in the therapeutic indications, to stop the atonic uterine bleeding following the delivery, abortion or expulsion of the hereditiform moles. If we are having the bleeding, so we can use the ergot derivatives drugs. Then prophylactically, against the excessive hemorrhage following the delivery. If we are having the excessive hemorrhage or excessive bleeding after the delivery, so prophylactically we can use the ergot derivatives to prevent the PPH. Next thing is Contraindications of ergot derivatives. So contraindications, first is a prophylactically, that is a suspected plural pregnancy. If we are having the multiple pregnancy, so we have to avoid the ergot derivative use. Then है organic cardiac disease. If we are having the cardiac disease, then also we have to avoid the ergot derivatives use. Then severe preeclampsia and eclampsia, at that time also we have to avoid these things, and the Rh negative mother. Next thing is therapeutic. So in the therapeutically, we have to avoid these drugs in the heart disease or the severe hypertensive disorder. The same thing is there. So any doubts, anyone? Next is the ergot derivative preparations. So its preparations are the ergometrin, then methargine and the synthometrin. You all are knowing, I think, about these drugs, ergometrin, methargine and the synthometrin. Then onset of action. If you are giving the ergometrin and methargine by the different routes, then their duration of action is also different. So first, if you are giving the ergometrin by the IV route, then its duration of action is, or that the onset of action is 45 to 60 seconds, and methargine, it will take the 5 minutes to act if you are giving by the IV route. It means our ergometrin is more effective than the methargine if you are giving by the IV routes, and the IM and the oral route, they both are having the same effects. Clear? Next is the ergot derivative hazards. Common side effects are the nausea and the vomiting, then precipitately rise of the BP, MI, stroke and the bronchospasm because of the vasoconstrictive effect. That is the reason we have to avoid the ergot derivatives during the time of heart disease or the cardiac disease patients. Then prolonged use may result in the gangrene formation of the toes. It can because of the vasoconstrictive effect. Then prolonged use in the perperium, it may interfere with the lactation. It is also the same effect. It will cause the vasoconstriction of the breast alveoli, and further it will cause the decreased breast milk production. Next is the cautions. What is the caution or what is the precaution we have to take when we have to use the ergot derivatives? Ergometrin should not be used during the pregnancy. It means we should not use the ergometrin during the 9 months of the pregnancy. It means we have to use the oxytocin during the second stage of labor. Second stage of labor may be कब? When we have delivered the baby, or when we have delivered the head of the baby. At that time only we have to use the ergot derivatives. Or if we are having the breech delivery, that time also we should not use the ergot derivatives. Then nursing responsibilities for ergot derivatives. First is the assess. We have to assess the BP, pulse and the respiration rate. Then watch for the signs of the hemorrhage. Then administer orally or the IM in the deep muscle mass. Then have the emergency cart readily available. Same thing in the oxytocin also. Then in the evaluate, we have to evaluate the therapeutic effect. Like we have to observe whether the blood loss is decreased or not. Then next thing is teach. We have to teach to the patient to report the increased blood loss, abdominal cramps, headache, nausea, vomiting, sweating and the dyspnea. Clear all of you? Next we are coming to the prostaglandins. So what is the meaning of prostaglandins? Prostaglandins mean the source of the prostaglandins is the arachidonic acid. Arachidonic acid means it is the generation, or it is the basic, or it is the chemistry of the prostaglandins. Then mechanism of action of prostaglandins is PGF2 alpha. It will promote the myometrial contractility. That is a mechanism of action. And PGE2, PGF2 alpha and PGE2, these both are the preparations of the prostaglandins. So PGF2 alpha, it will promote the myometrial contractility, and PGE2, it will help in the cervical ripening or the maturation. Clear? Next, uses in the obstetrics. So prostaglandins, we are used in the induction of abortion, termination of moral pregnancy, then induction of labor, then cervical ripening, then acceleration of labor, then management of the atonic PPH, and the medical management of tubal ectopic pregnancy. It means what something you have cleared or not. That is, in the oxytocin we are used during the time of the delivery or to augment or to induce the labor, and prostaglandin we are using specially at the time of the abortion. Then contraindications of prostaglandins. Contraindications, first one is the hypersensitivity to the compounds. Then second is the uterine scar. If someone is having the uterine scar, then we have to avoid the prostaglandin use because it can cause the scar rupture also. Then preparations is the, it can be available in the tablet form, vaginal suppository, vaginal pessary, Prostin E2 and the parenteral, or it means IV or IM route. Then advantages are it has got a powerful oxytocin effect irrespective of the period of pregnancy. It means previously we have studied that oxytocin is affected in the later months of pregnancy, and the ergot derivatives, they are effective during the time of like after the delivery of head of the baby. Then prostaglandins, they are effective during the time of whole of the pregnancy, means during the time of 9 months of pregnancy our prostaglandin will be effective. As such, it can be used independently, especially in the induction of abortion with success. It means its main indication is induction of abortion. In the later months, it can be used for the acceleration of labor. Later months we can use in the acceleration of labor also, and it has got no antidiuretic effect like oxytocin. It has having the no antidiuretic effect. That is its advantages. Then drawbacks of the prostaglandins are it is very costly. Unpleasant side effects can be there like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, pyrexia, and the bronchospasm can be there. And when used as the abortifacient, it means whenever we are used a prostaglandin as a abortion agent, then extensive lacerations can be occur. Then tachysystole, it means it can cause the further like hyperstimulation or the further more contractions of the myometrium muscles. Thank you all of you. Any doubts? If you have any doubts, then please message in the gynae and the obstetricals group. Thank you.